Computer. Cool. And I'm going to plug this bad boy in. Okay. All right. Can we hear me? Thumbs up, you can hear me? Yes. Okay. Thank you for coming to class this evening and sharing this space together virtually. When I woke up this morning, I had like a very specific dream that I was having, and I was in the waves and they were like 40 feet high, and I had to like hold my breath and then like go under to like get past each of the waves that were coming. And it got me thinking about like all day kind of about like waves and kind of what they symbolize in our world, and also like water. And the water can be associated with emotions, and I feel like there is like a lot of emotion and like turbulence and chaos and upheaval right now, so it makes sense that there are really big waves. But also it reminded me of like the metaphor of the breath with the waves, and also how the water can still and it can become flat, and that can be in your control as well. And when I was in New York like a year ago, or maybe it was exactly a year ago, it was last April, I went to a Katona yoga, and there was a passage in here about breath, so I thought we would start with that, but I'll get to it in a minute. So if everybody wants to find a comfortable seat, and you can even shut down your eyes, relax your shoulders, notice the point of contact between you and the floor. You can even feel the spine springing up, the shoulders relaxing down. And just taking a moment to take in your physical body, the temperature of the space you're in, the extra noises buzzing around you, the lightness, any colors. And then arriving at the breath, notice the natural rhythm of the breath, uncontrolled, without thinking. And then inhale in through the nose. And exhale, HA out of the mouth. And then choosing a count you would like to breathe. It could be inhale, reaching, expanding the diaphragm, the lungs. And exhale, deflating, letting that sensation go, emptying. Could be to a count. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or it could be longer. You could go to a count of 5. Maybe you just want to do a count of 1 or 2. And I'm going to read this little excerpt from it's called Practices to Empower Oneself. Every time you inhale, you are a wave in the ocean. Surf that individual wave as it flows into you. Allow that wave to nourish you by bringing in all that you need from the infinite to heal, to renew, to grow yourself a new body. Every time you exhale, ride that personal wave back out to the infinite ocean, flowing back into the formless. Let the receding tide carry with it anything you are ready to release. Ride the oceanic sound of the breath as you pull the tide in, extracting minerals. As the wave returns to the ocean, hear the sound of the surf as it drags across the seashells and the sand, in and out, infinitely. A planetary breath, a conversation with the moon. This body of water, our planet. This body of water, our bodies. Never stopping, a slow, smooth, continuous breath, pulling equally in and out. You can go ahead and continue with your breath. And keep the imagery in your mind. And you can keep that imagery with you throughout your practice as you use the Ujjayi breath throughout class. And we'll go ahead and meet in child's pose, bringing the soles of the feet to touch. Knees can be extended, they can be together, arms out long in front of you, they can be at your sides, bringing the forehead to the mat. And we already took in the external environment, so noticing how that's changed once you've arrived on your mats. You can feel the weight of your body on the mat. And then we've already observed our breath, the intake of oxygen, the expelling of CO2. And now arriving at the mind. Yoga is Chittavritti Nirodha. Yoga is the stilling of the fluctuations of the mind. Vritti is the fluctuations. And I think fluctuations can also be a little bit like waves. They can be really smooth and fluid and small. They can be really turbulent and tall and huge. And so if the mind's vrittis right now are just like astronomically enormous, acknowledging that and also knowing that you can still be there in the presence of the waves and stand strong. You can still breathe, have a breath practice, inhaling, exhaling, retention, holding the breath. We'll now engage the Ujjayi breath. It's an upward victorious breath, a gentle constriction in the back of the throat, the glottis. Inhale in through your nose. And exhale HA out of the mouth. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale HA. Let the breath go. This time, seal your lips. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. And the Ujjayi breath is an oceanic breath. Sometimes it's referred to as that. It's definitely audible. It's like not the kind of breath you would do sitting in a movie theater or like standing behind someone in line at a coffee shop. But it is a loud breath that we practice in yoga. So normalizing that loud audible sound. And if there's any point in class where you want to come back to child's pose or any restorative posture and reconnect with your breath, reconnect to the present moment, you're more than welcome to do that at any point throughout class. And gently over the next few breaths, pressing up into a tabletop, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees, and finding a sense of spinal neutrality, getting any wiggles or fidgets out of the way. And I actually am going to go ahead and start the music right now. So if you all also want to start your playlist, if you have one, I linked my Spotify in the chat if you missed that memo. If you want to listen to the same playlist that I'm listening to, giving yourself a moment to start that. And coming back to the neutral tabletop. And root through your left palm, really plugging it into the mat. And inhale your right fingertips up towards the ceiling, twisting the body, rotating the chest, right ribs over, left ribs under. And exhale, thread the needle. Send the arm through that little window you've created with the floor and your arm, bringing the right cheek to the mat. Left arm goes out long in front of you. And there's a lot of options here about how you want to control the arms. And it doesn't have to be controlled. It can be more of a natural unfolding. Left arm can go out in front of you. Right arm can face forward. You can flip the palm up. You can flip the palm down. And if you've moved the left palm, you can return it back by your face. Inhale, right fingertips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, plant the right fingertips back down. And switching sides, this time rooting through the right hand, really plugging the whole surface into the mat. Inhale, left fingertips up. Exhale, thread the needle. Bringing the left cheek to the mat. Right arm can go out long in front of you. Left hand palm can be up, or you can flip palm back down. You can even take little micro movements in the shoulder, and fidgeting, adjusting where it seems appropriate. And if you've moved the right arm, planting it back by your face. Inhale, left fingertips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, plant the hand back down. And we'll move through a few rounds of flexion and extension of the spine. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, cat pose, rounding the spine, pressing the palms into the mat, tucking the chin, tucking the belly. Inhale, cow pose, let the belly fall, tail up, chin up, maybe even gaze up. Exhale, cat, rounding, doming, tucking. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. You can go ahead and flow your own breath to movement, tacking on any additional variations. It might feel good to shrug the shoulders, roll them around. Maybe you want to bang out your feet, wiggle, get some excess energy out. Perhaps you want to take a wrist variation, flipping the palms. There might be a barrel roll through the chest, rocking of the hips. It might be none of those things. It might be stillness. The real question is, what is your body asking for? Listening. And then doing that action. Listening to the body, satiating the craving, or avoiding the aversion in this moment. It's okay. And then coming back to a neutral tabletop. Extend the right leg behind you, still keeping both hands planted firmly on the mat. Left knee, level, rooted. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, round in, bringing forehead to knee, tucking the head, rounding in. Inhale, reach, extend the right leg behind, elevate the chest, broaden through the collarbone. Exhale, rounding, tucking. Inhale, reach, extend. Exhale, rounding, tucking. Inhale, reach, extend. And on the exhale this time, I'm going to go ahead and pivot my body so you can see. Swoop the leg out to the side. So the hips are stacked over your mat. Left hip is over left knee, and the right leg is extended out. And you can kind of choose how you want your foot to be. It can be more of a warrior two stance, or maybe you want to point your toes towards the short side of your mat, whatever feels safe in your ankle. And then come up into gate pose, lifting the chest. And taking a moment to familiarize yourself with this space, this shape in your body. Inhale, left arm up, bicep by the ear. Exhale, side bend towards the right, stretching through the side body, lateral flexion. Right arm slides down the right leg. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, side bend to the right, sliding the fingertips down your leg. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, come back to center, pause. And exhale, sink your hips over your heels. Bring the palms down to the earth. So the left side of your body is almost in a child's pose, and the right leg is extended. And you can walk the palms out long in front of you, finding an appropriate edge, pushing up on limits where they need to be pushed up against, but also honoring boundaries. If your body is like, not today, knowing that your body is always going to be your own best guide. And then keeping the legs as they are, walking the palms back towards the pelvis, back towards the knees, and then continue moving the arms back. Right arm goes up and over the right thigh, coming into a gentle back bend. And then rooting through the left palm, keeping that firmly planted on the ground. Inhale, right fingertips up. Send the pelvis up, maybe even tilt the head back, sort of a variation on fallen star. Inhale, find length. Exhale, sink the hips down. Let the arm fall down. Inhale, arms up, pelvis up. Exhale, sink the hips, let the arm fall down. Inhale, pelvis up, arms up, broadening up. And exhale, sink back down. And then you can keep the left leg exactly as it is and bring the right knee in towards your chest. And if you are a yin practitioner, we're going to practice half saddle. And slowly walking the arms behind you, and letting the chest fall back. But this might be honestly enough if you're feeling it already in the top of your thigh, the quads or the hip flexors, or the knee. This might be a good place to stop. Or if you want to keep moving down, coming onto the forearms, and maybe coming all the way down onto your back. And once you arrive on your back, if the front knee is lifting up a lot or it's too much intensity in the knee, you can elevate the chest back up, come back onto your forearms. If you're not feeling anything at all here, you can bring the right leg on top of the left leg. And sometimes that's way too much for me, so I have to come back out. So just honoring where your boundaries are today, adding on layers, just if it makes it more interesting. And then gently lifting the body back up. It might be a little bit stumbly, a little bit not so smooth, but that's okay. Extending the left leg out long in front of you, right leg out long in front of you, and you can bounce the legs here, kind of let all that go. It's kind of weird stuff. And then coming back to a neutral table, center of the mat, coming back to center, neutrality. And we'll do all of that on the other side. Bringing some awareness into the palms of your hands, feeling grounded. Inhale, left leg reaches out behind you, extending the leg. Pressing the palms into the mat, actively broadening through the collarbones. Inhale, find length. Exhale, round, bringing the knee towards your nose. Inhale, reach, extend the leg behind. Exhale, rounding, tucking. Inhale, reach, extend the left leg long. Exhale, rounding, tucking. Inhale, reach, extend the left leg behind. Last time. Exhale, rounding, tucking. Inhale, kick the left leg out. And on your next breath, swing the left leg out towards the left. And I'll come in and face you guys. And you can decide where you'd like your foot to face. It can be more of like a warrior 2 foot. So left foot is parallel to the top. Or if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can have the toes facing wherever it feels appropriate. It's going to be different for everyone's feet. And then slowly lifting the chest up, head up. You might want to relax the shoulders down. Inhale, right fingertips up towards the ceiling, bicep by your ear. Exhale, side bend to the left. Let the fingertips slide down the left thigh, lateral flexion. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, side bend towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, side bend towards the left. Inhale, last time. And exhale, sink the hips back towards your heels like you're coming into child's pose. On the right side, left leg is still extended. And walk the forearms forward. If that feels accessible, you can let the head hang, feeling the force of gravity and the weight of your body pulling you down. And being here for a moment, notice where the mind is going. Where is your attention shifting to? And is that where you want your attention to go? And choose to direct it. And then walk the hands back towards the pelvis, back towards the knee. And continue the walk. Left arm goes up and over the left thigh. Coming back into a unusual back bend. These aren't traditional yoga postures. So being okay with the weird, because you know what, the world's fucking weird right now, so we might as well lean into it. So this time, planting the right palm into the ground. Inhale, left arm up. It's kind of like fallen star, pelvis towards the ceiling. Left arm goes back. Might feel good to let the head drop all the way back. Inhale here. Exhale, sink the heel, or sink the hips down towards the heel. Let the arms fall. Inhale, fallen star, hips up, fingertips up. Exhale, sink the hips down. Let the arm fall down. Inhale, left arm up, push the hips up. Exhale, let them fall back down. And then we'll practice half saddle. So keeping the right leg as it is, tucked in, and left leg out long, or it can be bent. And then slowly walking the forearms behind you. And you can pause here if this feels like enough in the thigh. It's too much in the quads. This is a good place to be. Or if you want to continue to move down, you might even come all the way onto your back. You might get down here and be like, ooh, that is a lot. So coming back up. And if you're not feeling anything on the top of the thigh, you can always bring the left ankle on top of the right thigh for a little more intensity. And for me, that's too much right now, so I'm going to back out. And then pressing the forearms back into the mat. Gracefully or not so gracefully, making your way back up and coming into a neutral table towards the front of the room. And you can kind of shake that off, let it go. Inhale, tuck under your toes. And exhale, press back into downward facing dog, setting your hips high and your heels low. The first down dog of class. So if it feels good to bend one knee, the other knee, kind of paddling out the dog here. And pressing the palms into the mat, sending some awareness into each knuckle mount, especially the index finger and the thumb. Inhale, come onto your tippy toes. And exhale, bend your knees a lot. So your chest is pressing towards your thighs. You're actively pressing into the mat. And then you can slowly let the heels drift down. The heels never really have to touch the mat, and the legs never have to be straight. It's more about the lengthening sensation in your vertebrae and the tailbone going high to the ceiling. Inhale, look to the front of the room. Exhale, slowly walk there to Ragdoll, Uttanasana. Feet are hips width distance. You can grasp for opposite elbow. Invite a gentle sway into the torso. Bend one knee, the other knee. You can interweave the fingers at the base of the skull. Or you can interweave them near the base of the spine, sending the fist up towards the ceiling. whatever feels appropriate for you today. And we'll be here for just a few more moments. And then choose your feet for sun salutations. You can toe heel the feet to touch, or you can leave a little distance in between the feet. Sometimes this helps create more structure and stability, and that's always what we're aiming for in our practice, is to feel grounded. Vertebrae by vertebrae, unfurl your spine. And arrive at the top. Samastiti, same or equal on all sides standing posture. And taking a moment right now to zero in on your intrinsic point of equilibrium, your central point of access in your body. And our bodies are made of a lot of arches. You can even think of the arches in your feet. You can actively engage the legs. You can think of the arch in the pelvic floor. You can think of it in your throat, the top of your mouth, all the way to the crown of the head. Sensing all four corners, front and back, left and right. And at this point in class, I always like to leave space to set intention. And if your intention today is to be at attention and to just notice and to be in the present, to be fully aware, or perhaps today it's just really to focus on the breath and to be a point of calm in the chaos or the really tumultuous waves of emotions that are going on. I think collectively as a group of individuals right now, that's kind of the energy, but knowing that you can stay steadfast and strong even when the waves are so high or crashing around you. Whatever it is, just have it mean something to you. Inhale, breathe that in. And exhale, release it out. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. I'm not gonna lie, I have the music like blaring. I really have to go make it a little bit quieter. I will be right back. Thank you. It was occupying a little too much territory in my mind. Okay, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Circle sweep the arms up overhead. And pause here and breathe. You can connect back to the arches in the body, arches in the feet, arches in the pelvic floor, actively engaging the legs, the quadriceps, the torso, relaxing the shoulders down. Inhale, find length. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, shine the sternum up, maybe even tilt the head back. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, ride your breath down. And I thought today we would pepper in a little feet love. And so everybody come gently down to your knees and keep the toes tucked under. And this is called a toe squat. And I think squat is an appropriate name because for me, it's super uncomfortable. It's not something I can do for very long. And so our release is going to be an ankle stretch. We're going to flatten the tops of the feet to the mat. Bring the arms behind you and then lift the knees up. And then sink the knees back down, coming back into the toe squat. And for this first iteration, we'll do this a few times through. Whenever it becomes just like too much, coming back into the ankle stretch, flattening the tops of the feet to the mat, bringing the arms behind you, knees can come up. But we're actually going to flow this in our Sun A, so we'll probably do this just one time, the next 2 times through for our Sun A. And then the next time you come into the toe squat, sink the heels back down and come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, top of a push-up, Dandasana, staff pose. Always option to come down to your knees for more structure and more stability in your posture. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Flatten the tops of the feet to the mat. Zip your legs together. And keep the arms at your sides, grazing your ribs. You can kind of imagine the elbows coming even closer to touch. Inhale, Cobra pose, Bhujangasana, lifting the head, neck, and chest, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, tops of the thighs. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, Cobra pose. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And paddle out the dog. And coming back to our breath. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, you can walk, you can float, you can skip, you can stumble your way to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up, biceps frame the ears. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, send the sternum up, maybe tilt the head back. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, gently set the knees down on your mats. Keep the toes tucked under. Inhale, find length in the spine, maybe even gently back bend. Exhale, flatten the tops of the feet to the mat, tilt back, ankle stretch. Inhale, plant the knees. Exhale, tuck under your toes. Inhale, find a forward fold. Exhale, find stability. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine, lengthen the vertebrae. Exhale, top of a push-up, Dandasana, staff pose. Always option to come down to the knees here for more structure and more stability. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Legs are lifted and engaged, collarbones broadening, heart is up. Exhale, press back, down dog, hips high, heels low. And throughout class today, we'll flow quite a few Chaturanga vinyasas. I'll often say your version of up to your version of down, and I truly mean that. Can be what we did at the beginning, cobra to table to down dog. It can be down from your knees, and that's actually a really good way to build forearm strength, practicing from your knees. It activates different muscles. You can hang out in plank. You can skip everything altogether. I personally will not be flowing the chaturangas today to kind of save my breath, because I'm not used to teaching and practicing yoga at the same time. So you're more than welcome to join me in that capacity if that's where you're at today. It doesn't have to be the same every practice. Just collect our breaths together. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA out of the mouth. Seal your lips. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, walk, jump, float, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Lengthen the vertebrae, option to bend the knees. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise with your breath, arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bends, send the sternum up, shine the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, gently plant the knees down on the mat. Keep the toes tucked under. Inhale, find length in the spine, the vertebrae. Exhale, ankle stretch, flatten the tops of the feet to the mat. Bring the arms behind you, lift the knees. Exhale, plant the knees, plant the palms, tuck under the toes. Inhale, come into a forward fold. And exhale, let the chest spill over the legs. You can have a deep bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra, whatever it is for you today. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And perhaps coming back to that intention, coming back to noticing the fluctuations in the minds. And I've been thinking about vrittis, the mind, lately, as all the thoughts going on, as browsers, actually. I think it's because I've been spending so much time on my computer. But you can imagine like 10 different browsers open and trying to click through the browsers, hitting the little X, closing them, and they might pop up. They might come open again, and trying to shut them down and come back to a blank screen. Noticing the present. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, look to the front. And exhale, walk, jump, skip, stumble, come to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair. Sinking the weight into your hips, sinking the weight into your heels. The tail can absolutely flare here. It doesn't have to be tucked. And this is a gentle back bend. You can feel the lordotic curve in your lower back, the lumbar spine. Arms can be up, or also hands can be at heart center. Sometimes this helps with the back bend. And yeah, this is a squat. It's just like the toe squat. It's like super uncomfortable. It's intense. I'm like, why are we doing this? But also, like, is that the drama I'm creating, or is it just kind of an intense experience? It's impermanent. Inhale, find length. Exhale, forward fold. Let that go. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, Ujjayi. And exhale, Ujjayi. And every down dog I do, I'm picturing that screen at the very beginning of everyone that I saw. Because we can't be in the same room together right now, but we can connect over the internet. And it's also expanded the people that can come to class that don't live in Seattle. So there is some really cool stuff about this online platform. Inhale, right leg lifts. Reach, extend the right leg behind you. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Feet are on separate tracks. And then drop the back knee down. So you're coming into a grounded crescent lunge. And then inhale, arms up. Biceps frame the ears. Press the hips forward. And take a moment to notice the compression of the thigh meeting the pelvis, feeling that crease, the lengthening perhaps of the psoas, the hip flexors, the quadriceps, whatever you're feeling in your leg, top of the thigh. Inhale, find length. Exhale, swoop the arms behind you and press the hips back, working to straighten the front leg, but it doesn't really have to get straight. Inhale, swoop the arms up, biceps frame the ears. Exhale, swoosh the arms back, send the hip back. Inhale, arms up, press the hips forward. Exhale, sweep the arms back, press the hips back. Inhale, last time, arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms back, push the hips back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, frame the front foot. Inhale, tuck under your back toes. Exhale, engage the back leg. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, chest lifts, arms come up. And taking a moment to set this up. You might have to create a little bit of width in between the feet to find a sense of structure and stability. And in this posture, I was told for years to square my hips towards the front of the room. And I finally learned that the hips are not square. We're made of curves and S's, and the hips are actually shaped more like a bowl. So liberating you from that mold right now, and just knowing anatomically that the right thigh bone is bumping back into the right hip socket and the left hip is bumping forward. Trying to relax the shoulders down. Inhale, find length. Exhale, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Might need to adjust the feet, spinning the back heel down 40-60 degrees. This is external rotation of the hip. And instead of fixating on the knee, just noticing the insertion point of the hip and the thigh bone coming out. Right knee is tracking towards the outside edge of your pinky toe. You can flip the palms up, you can flip them back down, really actively engaging your arms. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. And pausing here as it's the first time we've been here. Maybe even bringing the hands onto the hips. And then trying to tap into the twist here. You're turning the whole torso. And if I was to look at you on the screen, I might not even be able to see the micro movement that turn created. Left ribs over, right ribs under. It's not coming just from the neck and the head, but the whole torso. Inhale, lift your chest to your arms. Exhale, side angle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. And we're still twisting the body here, turning, but the legs are a lot more active. There's always the option to rest the forearm on top of the thigh. But that same twisting, turning action here, the belly button is the center point where which we're creating the axis. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, parallel your feet, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita, Padottanasana. Hinge forward. And taking a moment for stillness here. And right before everything kind of closed down, I did get a chance to go to the Asian Art Museum at this SAM. And I've been thinking about waves all day, and I remembered there was a painting there. And they're having like a virtual tour, so I went and visited the painting again today virtually. And the caption is a pure, boundless state of mind like the ocean waves. So instead of the waves being tumultuous, pure, boundless state of mind, it can be expansive, it can be broad, you can't see the horizon. So that's unknown, but it's also exciting, knowing that there's something out there that you're not even sure what's coming yet. It kind of adds an element of adventure. Inhale, halfway lift, reset the spine. Exhale, low lunge back towards the front. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra, skip it. Exhale, downward facing dog, sending the hips high, heels low. Coming back to the Ujjayi pranayama. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, left leg lifts. Reach, extend the left leg behind. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Feet are on separate tracks. And if you have to pick up the left foot to get it up there, that's totally okay. And then drop the back knee down, coming into this grounded form of crescent lunge. Inhale, arms up, chest lifts, biceps frame the ears. And taking a moment, just like we did on the other side, to press the hips forward, sending some general awareness into the pelvis. And part of the reason I suggest bringing the hands to the hips is for a long time I couldn't really send my awareness there unless I touched it. So if that's the truth for you, like I still almost give myself assists. And since we can't give assists online, maybe today being your own assistant, just kind of feeling where the pelvis is, how the hip socket is interfacing with your legs and the insertion points there. Inhale your arms back up. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you, rock the hips back. Working to straighten the front leg, but it really doesn't have to straighten. Inhale, arms up. pelvis forward. Exhale, sweep the arms back, rock the hips back. Inhale, arms up, pelvis forward. Exhale, sweep back, sweep the hips back, rock the hips back. Last time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms back, rock the hips back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, frame the front foot. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Inhale, tuck under the toe. Exhale, engage the back leg. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, chest lifts, arms come up. And taking a moment to set this up as well on this side. Ball mound of the back foot is pressing into the mat. You can really feel your toes here. Maybe even tapping into the arch of your foot in the back. And trying to distribute the weight evenly between your legs, coming back to that Samasthiti intention. Perhaps engaging the bandhas here. Uddiyana and Mula Bandha. Contraction of the pelvic floor. And bringing the belly button back and up. Creating these seals or locks with your body, playing with the atmospheric pressure in the room. Inhale, find length. Exhale, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Spin the back heel down 40-60 degrees. Left knee is coming to the outside edge of your pinky toe. And on this side, tapping into the energetic qualities of a warrior. This is powerful. This is a fierce posture. And how do you want to embody it? This archetype or an icon that you think emulates those qualities. Trying to tap into that here. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left arm down, right arm up. Right rib over, left rib under. And it even goes beyond your ribs. It goes to the soft part of the belly too. We're trying to tap into the entire torso here, not just the ribs, not just the neck, not just the head. Inhale, lift the chest, tee the arms. Exhale, side angle pose, left arm down, right arm up. Option to have the left forearm on top of the left thigh. And similar intention to Trikonasana, big twist and turn in the chest. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift the chest. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana, hinge at the hips. Dive down. And on this side, I invite you to take whatever free movement the body is asking for. Let the posture be an expression of your creativity. And maybe right now is not a time for creative expression. Maybe you just need some stillness. You want to come back to the breath. But maybe there's a lunge or a twist or inversion. You want to get into something playful. And take your time here. That is the practice of yoga. It's the practice of listening, inward listening. The practice of learning the language of your body and respecting it. Over the next few breaths, we'll come back to a neutral, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, low lunge back towards the front. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And honoring the connection amongst us. Knowing that yoga is absolutely an individual process and we're all charting territory differently and navigating in a non-linear fashion on our own. But we're also here together. And even though we might not be sharing the same room, we are still sharing our breath and a practice together. And so coming back to the breath here, inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, walk, jump, float, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, hinge, dive down. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair. Exhale, release, forward fold, let that go. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine, lengthen the vertebrae. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, Cobra, skip it. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And let's do a lion's breath with tongue out. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA. Let's do one more of those. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA. This time, seal the lips. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. Inhale, right leg lifts. Reach, extend the right leg behind you. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Take a moment to feel grounded and drop the back knee down to your mat for a grounded crescent. Inhale, arms up, biceps frame the face. Exhale, sweep the arms back, rock the hips back. Inhale, arms up, press your hips forward. Exhale, sweep the arms back, rock the hips back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, rock back, sweep the arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plant the palms, frame your front foot. Inhale, tuck under the back toes. Exhale, straighten the back leg. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bump the hips back, Trikonasana, triangle pose, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, lift the chest to your arms. Exhale, side angle pose, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, straighten the front leg, parallel your feet. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita, Padottanasana. Hinge at the hips. And taking a moment here to honor the pause. And the pause is sometimes associated with the void. It's also associated with the retention of your breath. Walking into opportunity, possibility, kind of embracing the mystery of the unknown. And just being still with uncertainty. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, low lunge. Come back to the front. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, left leg lifts. Reach, extend the left leg behind. Exhale, step it through, low lunge, feet are on separate tracks. Ground the back knee down and take a moment to feel stable, feel grounded. That's of utmost importance. Inhale, arms up. Biceps frame the ears. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Rock your hips back. Working to straighten front leg, doesn't really have to get straight. Inhale, hips forward, arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms back, rock the hips back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sweep them back, rock the hips. Last time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, sweep them back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plant the palms, frame your front foot. Inhale, tuck under the back toes. Exhale, engage the back leg. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, lift the chest, tee the arms. Exhale, side angle pose. Left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. And taking a moment to reconnect with our breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, low lunge, come back to center. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And we're gonna go ahead and flow sun B one more time on each side. And I might tack on a couple things, so just keep your ears open. It's gonna be a little bit different. Inhale, right leg lifts, reach, extend the right leg up. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Ground the back knee down. Inhale, arms up, biceps frame the pace. Exhale, sweep the arms back, rock the hips back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sweep them back, rock the hips back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, frame the front foot and pause here. Inhale, tuck under your back toe. And actually exhale, let that go. We don't have to do the lunge unless you want to come up into a lunge. We're going to do a revolved crescent lunge. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, find length in the sternum. And we're going to do a revolved crescent lunge towards the right. So left elbow outside of right knee. And using that point of contact to leverage your twist open. Revolve the ribs over towards the right, left ribs under. Pressing the palms together here super actively. If you would like to engage the back leg, you're feeling super yang, you're more than welcome to. But sometimes having a grounded back knee allows you to really focus on the twist here, the twisting action. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, release both hands in the inside seam of your right leg. Toe heel the right foot to the outside edge of your mat. And we'll practice lizard's lunge or runner's lunge or dragon. It's got quite a few names. And there's a lot of varying degrees that you can practice this posture. So armpit can be on the inside seam of your knee here. That can be super interesting. Some people like to walk their forearms forward. Some people like to come onto their forearms, hang the head. Maybe it feels interesting to you. If your foot is at 12 o'clock, maybe you want to move it to like 2 o'clock on the dial. That might be interesting. And maybe none of that. You don't want to tack on any additional layers. Just being here with the intensity of this stretch. And maybe if your awareness is going to the hip, it's going to the thigh, what if you could notice your toes? Or what if you could notice the back of your ears? How does that change the experience? And if you've walked the forearms forward, slowly moving the forearms back. And then bringing the right leg back to meet the left, high plank. And then we're actually going to practice Shavasana side plank. So this time, rolling onto the outside edge of your left foot, rooting through the left palm. And perhaps today bringing the right palm to touch at heart center. Maybe you want to bring the back knee down for the left knee down for more stability and structure. Right arm up. Maybe you want to cast your fingers towards the front of the room. Maybe you want to take some circles with your arms here, loosening up the shoulder. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, ujjayi. And we'll go ahead and do all of that on the left side. Oh wait, no, we still have to flow the warrior stuff. Just kidding. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, lift the chest, tee the arms. Exhale, side angle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, straighten the front leg, parallel your feet. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Poseurs, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, low lunge back towards the front. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left. Exhale, chaturanga, or skip it. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, ujjayi. Inhale, left leg lifts. Reach, extend the left leg behind you. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Ground the back knee, coming into the grounded form of crescent. Inhale, arms up. Biceps frame the face. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Rock the hips back, working to straight the front leg. Inhale, rock the hips forward, arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms, rock the hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plant the palms, frame your front foot. And we're gonna go ahead and take the revolved crescent lunge here. So inhale, the arms are in the chest, back up. And bring the palms to touch at heart center. Inhale to find length in the spine. Exhale, revolved crescent towards the left this time. Bringing right elbow outside of left knee. Pressing the palms together here and using that point of contact of your arm touching your knee to leverage your twist open. Really actively engaging your arms, pressing through the palms here. Inhale, find length. And exhale, let that go. Plant both palms on the inside seam of your left foot. Toe heel the left foot to the outside edge of your mat. And then we'll take lizards or dragon or runner's lunge here. And maybe this side you're gonna do exactly what you did on the other side, or maybe you'll experiment with something different. So maybe you wanna walk forearms forward. Maybe if the foot is at 12 o'clock, maybe you wanna move it towards like 11 or 10. Maybe it's interesting to you to even bind the arm around the leg. Just finding a degree of interest. And we'll be here for a couple more moments. And if you've walked the forearms out in front of you, you can go ahead and walk them back. Toe heel the foot back towards center. And we'll practice Vashisthasana side plank on this side. So using the right arm as a base this time, rolling to the outside edge of your right foot and taking a moment to get there. And you can always come down to the back knee for more structure, more stability. Maybe bringing the hands to heart center. So you can feel the bodies stacking. Feeling, where is Samstiti here? Where is your plumb line? Maybe bringing the arms up overhead. Inhale, one more breath here. Exhale, come back to high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way, chaturanga, or skip it. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And we'll flow all of that on the left side. This is almost it. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bump your hips back. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, lift your chest, tee the arms. Exhale, side angle pose. Left arm up, or left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, straighten your front leg, lift your chest. Exhale, parallel the feet, wide-legged forward fold, Poseurs. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, low lunge, come back to the front. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra, whatever it is for you today. And exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. And usually I'm keeping very close track of the time, but since I'm doing all the postures, I need to do a little check, see how we're doing. Cool, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. I'm gonna sink the hips down to one side and extend the legs out long in front of you for Paschimottanasana, the seated forward fold. So pelvic bowl is tilting down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Let the chest spill over your legs. And if you want this to be super active, let it be super active. Flex your feet, you can bend your knees, you can grab for your heels, or you can let this be more passive, more rounding. You don't have to activate anything. You can tap into the yin qualities of yielding, rest, and regeneration. Vertebrae by vertebrae, unfurl your spine. And come to lay on your backs. Into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet to touch. One hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. And noticing how fast the heart is beating. Maybe you can feel the blood coursing through your veins. Maybe you can even feel the diaphragm. And the diaphragm, when it fills up, it actually goes down, which I think we think of it kind of the opposite sometimes. So noticing the expansion and the deflation. And extend the left leg out long. And hug the right knee in towards your chest. Give it a good squeeze. You can oscillate the ankle towards the right, towards the left. And then with the left arm, guide the right leg over towards the left. Gentle supine twist, right arm out like half of a T. Gaze can go up, it can be towards your fingertips. And then trying to soften the muscles here. Trying to soften the words on your narrative. How can you be more relaxed? Where is there tension? And how can you let that tension go? And bring the right knee back in towards your chest. Give it a squeeze. And send the right leg long and hug the left knee in towards your chest. Give that a squeeze. Feel the compression, bringing the knee towards the armpit. You can oscillate the ankle one direction, the other direction. And then with the right arm this time, guide the left leg towards the right. Gentle supine twist. Left arm can go out like half of a T. Gaze can go that direction as well. And letting all tension and anxiety dissipate, fall away out of the frame of your consciousness. Giving yourself the last few moments of class to really be here. You don't have to start planning about the next thing. You don't have to uphold an identity for anyone. And then hug both knees back and towards your chest here. You can embrace yourself, hugging the knees in towards your chest, maybe even lifting the head to meet the knees. Embracing any quality that you're cultivating. Allowing yourself to initiate any intention. Inhale here. And exhale, release into Shavasana, final rest. And if for final rest, You can have the limbs extended like this, or maybe there's a blanket you want to grab. You're at home. Or maybe you want to put your legs up the wall or lay on your side or be in a fetal position. And I'm going to give you a few moments here. And then I will guide you up and out at the end, and we'll seal class together. And today during Shavasana, if you want to return back to the imagery of the ocean, the smooth ocean, the calm waves rolling over the body softly and pulling back, the tide pulling back into the ocean, pulling anything with it that you want to let go of. And submerging yourself back into the water, letting it recede. You can invite subtle movement back into your fingers, gentle wiggling, bouncing. Extend the arms above you like you would stretching in the morning. Hug the knees in towards your chest. And choose if you want to roll over onto the right for more active energy or the left for more lunar energy. Using the biceps like a pillow, coming into a fetal position. Extending gratitude for yourself for doing something so good physically, stretching the body, using the muscles with repetition, but also honoring the mental discipline of this practice and the focus it requires and the courageousness it requires for self-study, returning towards the moments of discomfort and just trying to be there with it. And also at this point in class, I like to honor your teachers and your experiences. They come in so many forms. Also my teachers who have given me so much guidance that I can then share with you, and also honoring the lineage of this practice going all the way back to India, and also honoring the ancestors of this land, the Duwamish people. And you can gently press yourself up to a seat. You can keep the eyes closed. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this mic, and I'm going to come up to the front there, and we'll seal out class together. And I've got to get a pop-up blocker. I've got like a million pop-ups. Okay. I'm gonna and hopefully I can hear you all. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, cool. So let's come back to a seat, comfortable seats. And I thought we could seal class with 3 ohms. And I've noticed that there's just like a slight delay. And so it kind of sounds like a rolling ohm. So just kind of roll with it. I love the rolling ohms. So you can shut down the eyes, anchor the tailbone down. Let's bring the spine up and bring the palms to touch at heart center. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, release that air out, let it go. Inhale, prepare for 3 ohms. Exhale, let that go. Okay, this time for real. Inhale, prepare. And then bring in hands from heart center to third eye, strengthening the connection between your heart and your mind, your heart and your imagination, your heart and vision and clarity. And bowing forward to seal in your practice, honoring your whole self, the light and the dark aspects. Namaste. Peace. Hi.
Hi. I had to mute there because my dog really does not like it when anyone is oming.
I mean, ohms are pretty unsettling if you're you don't know what's going on, I suppose.
Are we okay on the oming?
We're okay. We're done. We're done. Talbot heard the dog barking and was like, "What is happening?"
Thank you all for being here. I'm trying to get to the gallery view so I can see you. Cool. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if you have any feedback. I always want to hear feedback. This is like a really new way of teaching for me. I'm not used to doing the whole class, and I'm not used to not seeing you guys. I miss seeing people in the room, so I'm so happy to see you now. Oh my God, is that a kitty? Who is that, sweetie?
Yummy.
Emmy?
Yeah, his name is Hamlet. I'm Cat.
Hamlet. Oh, that's so sweet.
Adorable.
And poses were difficult because of him.
Cat likes to take up the mat. That's so real. Yes, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you all. And if you want to donate to Venmo, that would be awesome. My Venmo is GretaHeller, GretaHeller. I do have PayPal and Cash App if you want to use those. I don't have those memorized though, but I can use them later. Otherwise, Sugar, Laura, Erica, Hamlet, David, EJ, Diva was here. Thank you all so much. And yeah, this is like one of like the most grounding things I do is like connecting with you guys. I feel like there's so few moments that feel normal. So not that this is normal, but it's something, it feels connected. So thank you for being here. Yeah, puppies, welcome.
This is Magnus.
Agnes.
Okay, he's Captain Barky Pants.
Captain Barky Pants.
All right. Okay. Bye. Good night, Greta.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Here, I'll put my Venmo in here.
Thank you. That'd be great.
Yes.
All of my guesses have been wrong so far.
I know. We're lucky all this technology just exists. Like I could just download Zoom and figure it out. So there are some, we're lucky it's happening in this day and age, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've met before, Erica, have we?
No, actually, EJ invited me.
Cool. Well, thank you, EJ, and thank you, Erica, for joining.
Yeah.
No problem. Thank you so much. This was really nice.
Thank you. So cool. Yay. Are you in Seattle? I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both are.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, EJ and Erica, nice to meet you. And there's going to be more classes. We're going to keep doing this. So stay tuned, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I hope to. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, all.